Hey guys, welcome back. If you see my pajama pants, mind your business. I'm filming this at like 9 p.m. at night. But anyways, if you don't know me, my name is Alexis Joy and I make food and fitness content. But today I'm bringing you something a little different. I feel like y'all have seen on my channel for like the longest ever that I've been an Honor Active girly through and through. And that was true for most of the time. Recently, other brands have been catching my eye. Specifically, what I'm wearing today, Define. And I can confirm to you, I am a Define girly now. Do I still wear my Honor Active? Of course. I will forever love Honor Active. However, there are some things within Define's clothing that kind of aligns more what I'm looking for in gym wear. Now, there are like 4 main lines. I'm only going to go over 3 and then an honorable mention. So let's talk about what we're going to do first. So the first one we're going to go through is Defy. And I'll explain to what that is later, but we're going to go through Defy, Impact, the newer one Vision, and an honorable mention of one thing from Dynamic. And then some other things that I really like from that brand. The reason I'm not really getting into Dynamic, it'll only be a bra that I'm going through for Dynamic. But the reason that I am not covering Dynamic is kind of because it is high-waisted, and that's kind of already what I get from Honor Active. So I didn't really feel the need to purchase something from the Dynamic line, nor did the colors stand out to me enough where I really wanted something from the Dynamic line. But yeah, don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button, and let's get into it. So I'm just going to provide all my measurements here that are pretty updated to help girlies that might be in similar size to me try to figure out what size they are and Define. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into Defy. What I have on right now is the Defy bra. I did bring in another color of it that I have in I believe this is the amethyst color. I have ice on. This is amethyst. And basically it's padded, and you can remove the pads if you so please, along with these very thin straps. However, I was really nervous about those straps when I first got it because I don't know if you can tell, but I am on the bigger chested side. Obviously, there's girlies out there who have way bigger chests than me, but I do have a bigger chest for my size. And so I was nervous about these snapping, also supporting, but they surprisingly support pretty well. I will say it is a little bit annoying. I know the line before this that I don't have any bras in that line, but the ones that they made before this would snap. And they don't have that problem anymore. However, they do twist a lot, so I do wish that there was like some silicone or something on the back that would solve that. But otherwise, I really love the colors in these, and I really feel supported in these actually. Like, the girlies are not moving. What I like to think of this collection as is if Dynamic and Impact had a baby, and you'll see why with Impact later I say that, but basically it's like a mix of the two. And yeah, so you'll kind of see that in the shorts. There is a more apparent scrunch, which from what I've heard is similar to Dynamic, how it's all brought in like that. However, this is a mid-rise similar to Impact. As for tightness too, I will tell you the percentage of stuff. 95% nylon and 5% elastane. I will say the other thing I don't like about these, really about anything with the Define brand, is that they have like the heat transfer vinyls. And Honor used to have that, and they switched over to embroidered vinyls, and it did so much good for them. I think they should do the same if they're wanting to keep the logo branding on there. So if you just want like the perfect fit, Defy is the way I would go. And these shorts are in the lava color. Now, if we go over to the leggings of Defy, these are back in that amethyst color. Same scrunch and everything, just in a longer version. The only thing I will say that I find a little weird on these is the ending of the leggings, which they end like this. It doesn't really bother me too much, but it's nothing that will like stop me from buying it. However, I really do love these leggings. These are probably my favorite leggings, and it's such a beautiful color. I am going to plug in photos and videos of stuff that I have already tried on in the past in the video, so you guys can kind of see like tried on what it looks like. Defy also has some shrugs, but those aren't really my thing. Not opposed to trying them in the future, but overall, Defy is one of my favorites. It has such beautiful colors and it is so supportive while still being comfortable. Let's move on to the next one. Let's just say I have a lot of impact. If that doesn't give you enough of a first impression, I don't know what will. If you follow Define, you do know that Hannah Pearson, which is like one of their main influencers, just came out with a line with them, and I do have that with me today to kind of run you through. However, I'm going to wait till the end of the talk with impact to discuss it because it's not the exact impact feel. So let's talk about the tanks that I have first. Number one is this impact halter top in ivory, and then second is the impact halter. I think it's like a long line top. I'm not really sure what it's called, in blossom. So let's go over this one first. This one I got in a size small, and I should say that I'm typically a medium in pretty much anything. All of the Defy items I am a medium in. But this one I got a small because the top that you just saw in pink is a little bit big in a medium, so I decided to size down. And this is really great. It has a built-in bra. It says let nobody define you, and I really love that. And wearing it, I just feel super snatched. I'll try to find a photo for you of me in it here, but I just feel super snatched in it, and I really love it. I will say the only downside, which I'll kind of explain with a halter bra as well, it really pulls on your neck, especially if you wear a necklace. I do typically wear a necklace, so it does pull on that. However, it's not till like maybe the third hour you're wearing it, which sounds really short, but it is my only downside. But yeah, I do love this top, and it's such a good basic to go with all my gym wear. Next is Miss Girl, our long line top. Our impact, I think she's called Impact Long Line Top. And this is in our girl color Blossom. I love this color. Like genuinely, such a pretty color throughout the year. And I got this one in a size medium. I would recommend if you're bigger chest, slimmer waist, to just go ahead and go to a small in this. I will say that this one isn't, even though it's a halter top, it didn't pull on my neck as much, and I really like that. And then I also wish that this snatched a little more in the waist to fit this area a little more. I do wish it was adjustable right here, just for us girlies who have broad shoulders, because I swam most of my life. I still swim. I have broad shoulders. So that's kind of helpful in this front. So it doesn't feel like it's sinking as low as it would on, like, it usually sits on people who don't have broad shoulders pretty high and covered. But since I feel like I have broad shoulders, it sits down a little bit lower. Otherwise, we love Miss Girl. Now we're going to get into the bras. And we're going to start with the most popular bra first. And this is the Impact Halter Bra in the color Chili. I love this bra. She is gorgeous. She makes the girls look beautiful. However, just because she makes the girls look beautiful doesn't mean she's super functional. I only wear this on lower body days because if I go any higher, like I can be at the bottom part of a shoulder press. If I go higher, I'm giving everybody in the gym a show, and I don't want to do that. I don't think they want to do that or see that. I'm just here. I'm just here existing. I want to look like a hot girl, hot gym girl, of course. But I don't want to show y'all everything. I don't want to show y'all the girls to be a hot gym girl, you know? So this one is super cute. I love her. But if you are any higher than a C cup, I fall in between a 34 double D or triple D. You can't wear this on upper body day, sweetheart. You can't. However, I will say, kind of like how we talked about with the tank. I do believe that if this has had an adjustable area right here, and so did this, or either one or the other, I would have to see it for myself, it might be good for upper body days. With that being said, if you aren't going over your head for upper body days with this bra and you are a similar bra size to me, you're fine. You're fine. I will say size up. I got this as a size large to cover the girlies. I can't imagine what it would look like as a medium. I don't think even one little move, all the girlies would be showing upper or lower body day. Doesn't matter. But I do love this bra. I have the halter neck bra. And this one's in a size large. I have learned that this one is too big. So stay to your true size, ladies. Because I thought it was going to be pretty similar to the last bra that y'all saw, and it wasn't. So I do have another one of this in medium, and it fits a lot better. So if you are a typical medium in bras and a similar size to me, stick to the medium. But this one doesn't really pull my neck as much, since it's so big, but the medium does. And so it has that same issue with the bra. And I really think that would be lovely if that was solved. I'm no way in shape or form or a fashion designer, so I don't know how that would be fixed. But functionality, whatever the word is, please. These are amazing. They are so comfortable. I can move. I can do jumping jacks. I can do flips over the ocean. Not that I've tried that, but I won't try that. But anyhow, I could do pretty much anything in this bra and it not move, and I look great. Finally, one of their basic bras that they have in the impact line throughout is their bandeau bra. I know. You're gonna be like, well, we've already talked about showing the girlies. How is this going to work? And I was nervous too, because it does not have any silicone here. So it's like, oh my God, the girlies are going to fall down. But that's what I'm here to do for y'all. I'm here to test out these clothes for you so that you know before you buy. So this bra moves ever so slightly on my chest size. I would say a C cup or up moves ever so slightly. You might have to pick it up every now and then. However, I don't really know how it would be on a below a C cup. I have heard from other girlies that if you're below a C cup with this moves a lot. So I guess really just, I don't mean this in an offensive way, but you have to have girlies to hold this one up if you're going to stay true to size. The other thing I would suggest, if you are worried about that and you are below a C cup, probably size down to try to keep them up. I do wish, if they are listening to this message, to put a silicone band here. Just to help. But otherwise, I love this bra. I've worn it multiple times. It looks so flattering. I get compliments all the time from it, continuously. And I really love the back detail. You can kind of see it right here. And again, popping in videos and stuff, all that. And it just has these two little bands, and it's beautiful. I really love this girl. So this is just one of my staples. I will be purchasing it again. And yes. I've got two different types of impact pants here. They're pretty basic, nothing crazy, but it's just the shorts and the leggings in two different colors. So we just covered the neon pink one. I think it's like a neon fuchsia or something. Anyhow, I have that same color in the shorts. And this is the 4.5. I do not own any of the 6.5. So if you are here for the 6.5 shorts, I am so sorry. They are not my thing. These, I cannot tell you what color they are off the top of my head because I'm losing my bonkers. But they are a neon pink. These are not the Blossom like how we looked over with. That's a little bit lighter, but I do have those shorts as well. So these are impact. You can kind of see a visible scrunch, but it's not like a seam how Defy was. It's no fabric right here, no seam right here, no stitching, if that makes sense. And then you can also see right here, it's a little bit different material to provide that glute lift. And then these are also mid-rise. I am not a long torso girly. I am a short torso girly with longer legs. So these look absolutely stunning on me. So I highly suggest if that you have a shorter torso. So if you don't know what that means, just like shorter stomach length and longer legs, this is going to look stunning on you, babes. And then they also have these right here, and it's just to tighten around the thighs to try to keep them from coming up too much. I will say they roll a little bit, but not enough to make it uncomfortable. I am a victim of the thick thighs. I have no problem with it. But I will say you do need to size up for that. If you have thick thighs, size up. Next is our leggings. I want to talk about the material real quick because I forgot to mention that with the shorts, but it is 90% nylon and 10% elastane. So a little more elastic than the Defy like we had talked about, but it is still holding those booty cheeks up. These are the leggings in the color Chili. These are in fact in a large, and they still have that same material with the no fabric right here, just the little seam thing. It doesn't scrunch in like Defy did, and it also has the glute lift. Now some people don't like these because they fall down a little bit, but I feel like they've really gotten better at that, and especially since I have wider hips, they kind of have a place to sit. So it varies by person, but I really love these. We're going to cover the Hannah Pearson collection with Define, and it's labeled as Impact. I will say that the material is a little bit different. This is on one of the shorts. You can kind of see it. It says 93% nylon and 7% elastane. So it's slightly different. However, I have been told it's basically like the OG Impact, where it's super lifting and grabbing your booty cheeks and up. I was not there to experience the OG Impact, so I really don't know to confirm nor deny. However, I will tell you that I absolutely love this collection. So let's get into a few things real quick. Let's get into the top/bras. We have this long line top right here, and this is in the color Cove, and then we have this lovely girl halter top in Aloe. They both come in vice versa. This comes in a tank as well, and this comes in a bra as well. I sized up for this one. I did not size up for this one. And so let's go ahead and get into the tank first. This is the long line tank in the color Cove, and it's really, someone told me it felt like Origin fabric. I have yet to try Origin. I really want to, but the stuff I want is sold out. But it's really silky soft, super comfortable, and it has padding in it as well. Also, I have talked about how I have a bigger chest already. It does give the girls like a little lift and bring in together. However, since the pads are removable, you can kind of diminish that if you don't really want that look. Now, this bra right here is the halter bra. And I did size up in this to a large because it's similar to the Impact Strappy bra where you have to be careful where you move. I did notice I can move around a lot more. However, sometimes it did catch the girls under, but very rarely. This is her. She has removable padding as well, and these little stitch detailings on each side. And I really do love this one. Moving on to the shorts, you can kind of see it's the same structure as Impact. I do feel like these lift up the girls a lot more. Girls as in buns in the back. It kind of grabs and cinches around that area, but it didn't feel as tight on my thighs, and I did size up to a large in these. But these are limited edition, anything from the Hannah Pearson collection, so it's my understanding that they won't restock. So this is the color Cove. I got the leggings as well in Aloe. Same setup. And I know people are going to be like, is this pastel color squat proof? I can guarantee that the Aloe is squat proof from speaking from experience. No one saw my panties. So we are good on that front. That was my biggest worry when I bought these. It does have very similar material. You can tell a slight difference in these between this legging and then the Impact leggings that I showed you all in Chili. But basically same structure, same lift, really comfortable. I really, really like this color. And yeah, so really no complaints. Again, this is a limited edition color. However, I'm sure there's probably still stock. let's talk about vision. This will be really short because I only have one set of this line because it's pretty new. But vision is almost like Defy and Impact having a baby. I know I keep saying different lines having babies, but it really is a mix between the two of them. Vision is a little looser than Impact, but it's not as loose as Defy. And it has the same seam structure as Impact. So let's get into that. Let's talk about the bra first. This is the bra. I think this is the only bra that they have in Vision. And this is the color Cobalt. It has these thin little straps, almost like Defy. And they're pretty good. They do dig into your shoulders a little bit. And you also can see this seam. I like it. It's very flattering. However, like if you're looking at it close up, it does look a little weird. Like, why isn't it connecting and like bringing it in? But it is really cute. And I like it. It has a cross back. And I believe I did stay true to size on these. Yes, I stayed true to size on this. So if you are typically a medium, stay true to size to a medium. All right, these are the 4.5 Defined shorts in the Vision collection. You can see something a little bit different about this, and it has a cross waist. I'm going to lift it up for you guys to kind of see. It does have a cross waist, so what it does is it kind of sits like a V shape on your waist, which is very flattering. I will say for the short torso girlies, it is going to feel like it's a little lower, like low rise, right when it gets to this middle point. That might be uncomfortable the first time you try it, but it's just because we're used to wearing mid-rise, high-rise, that kind of stuff. But it is very flattering, and it has that same seam in the back like Impact. And it is a little bit longer up here. It's still considered mid-rise, but you can see it's a little bit shorter of the glute build right here. However, it does make everything, really everything, completely flattering. Abs, waist, another word I won't say, but booty looks great in these. As for material, they are 94% nylon and 94% nylon and 6% elastane. That math didn't even add up a second. But these are very cute, very flattering. And they also have a shrug that goes with this. Again, shrugs aren't really my thing. Not opposed to trying them in the future. But I don't typically wear them. So if you do like the shrugs, get you a whole matching set, girl. Lastly, we'll go through my 2 honorable mentions. And that will start with the Dynamic line. If you like Dynamic, or think you might like Dynamic, this is what Dynamic is. Dynamic is higher waisted. Dynamic has that cinch in that booty scrunch, kind of like Defy. And it's going to go from your mid torso all the way down to like 4.5, 6.5, whatever you want to do. If that works for you and that's flattering for you, that's great. And that's what you want. It's a lot looser than Impact and Defy. If that's what you want, great. If not, don't worry about it. However, there is a bra that I wanted to purchase from that line. And that is this Dynamic high neck bra. We already talked about that I'm a bigger chest girly, so what would look more flattering on me, to me, and high neck stuff, especially with broad shoulders, makes me feel really confident. I absolutely love this bra. I love it so much. I feel like I can go with a lot of stuff. I love this bra. I think I stayed true to a medium. Yes, I did stay true to a medium. The stuff is a lot different. This bra is a little more tight. It's 90% nylon and 10% elastane. But yes, I love this bra. It's high neck and it doesn't move for the girlies. Our next and final honorable mention is the Revive joggers. I have them in black and I have them in gray, and I cannot recommend them more. The gray especially is the most comfortable sweatpant I have ever owned in my life, and I've owned a lot of sweatpants. Okay, so if you're going to get one, get the gray, in my opinion, because I feel like it goes a lot more. But if you want to go a little bit darker, go with black. I did size up in these to be oversized on me, so I did get a large. But they are the cargo sweatpants, so they have like the little pockets. And then they have booty pockets as well, and then the pockets down the side. And these are a little bit hefty in price, but they are honestly so worth it. And you can wear them on a day that maybe you just don't want to show the pump, or maybe it's cold outside. But regardless, even if you don't want to show the pump, these make your booty look amazing. I don't know what it is, but they just, a P, a capital P. So let's kind of talk starter pack of if I were to buy from Define for my first time, what would I buy? And I would start with something comfortable. I would start with the sweatpants that we just talked about. They are a little bit expensive, like we had talked about, but they are so comfortable and they are versatile. You can wear them out, you can wear them to the gym, you can wear them wherever you want. So if you're not going to like them in the gym, you'll like them wearing them somewhere else, to school or wherever you want to go. I would start with these. Secondly, I would start with Impact. Personally, that's my favorite. We kind of already talked about what I like about Impact and why I like Impact, how it works for me. So I would buy the 4.5 shorts in Impact. Remember to size up if you're a thick thigh girly, but I would buy one pair of those. Then I would buy a bra that's functional for me. Personally, the halter bra is the most functional bra for me. And so I would buy that in true to size, so medium for me. And then personally, I also love their socks. I'm not going to show y'all my socks because I feel like that's really weird. I don't know why. But their socks are so soft. They're a little bit expensive, but again, they're so soft. I do wish they would come in a pack. But yeah, so that is top, bottom, pants, accessory for a starter pack for you. Obviously, I don't have a code with them. I would love to be a Define athlete, but that means I need help from you guys. So if you guys want to go follow me on my socials, which were listed earlier in this video, it'll be listed after this video and it'll be listed in the description. You guys can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, whatever floats your boat. Subscribe on here so that Define can see that I'm really bringing out the word to people, hopefully helping people decide on what they want to wear. And yeah, if you like this video, I really do hope it helps somebody who is similar size to me to get a little bit of a reference on what to buy from them. But if not, send it to somebody who you think it might help. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye.